Hi, Russ Lagan here, the real estate dude with part number 3 of the session here. First part we talked about was renters. If you're going to talk to renters, if they're currently renting, is now a good time to buy? Yes, now is still a good time to buy because right now they're throwing away 100% of everything they're paying in rent. So even if house prices don't go anywhere, it's still going to put them ahead at the end of 30 years. They'll have something to show for it versus nothing to show for it. So when is a good time to buy a house? Anytime from now on out. If you're a renter, pretty much it works out for you long term versus guaranteed throwing away $18,000, $20,000, $25,000 a year in rent. So if you're possible at all, it's a good time to do it. Second part of that is if you're looking at buying a house now and move up potentially, or thinking about moving anytime in the near future, appreciation on houses is still higher than it has been in the past in a lot of areas. So supplies of homes are still down, which means prices are going to continue to go up. Are there a bunch of places a bunch of small nugget places that are having some issues? Absolutely. If you're in one of those, maybe a good time to stay put. Ride it out, right? But if you're thinking about moving up, a move up buyer, moving from $200,000 house to $300,000 house, if the $300,000 house is going up 5% and 200 is going up 5%, you're $5,000 ahead by making that move now. And if the properties appreciate in some neighborhoods, like where I'm at still, it's going to be more than that probably, because it has been historically in 12 and 13% the last couple of years. We're going to still see higher appreciation rates, even with inventories going up a little bit. We're still seeing bidding wars in some of these neighborhoods. We're still seeing house prices go up. So economists are saying, hey, recession's coming. And in the last 6 recessions, only one of them, house prices dropped. So worst case scenario, if you want to be in a different place, make the move now. Okay, so third part of this equation on why to make a move or buy now is because of interest rates. Now, you might have heard, excuse me, you might have heard on the news, interest rates have gone up and interest rates have gone up. And I've seen it on Facebook and I hear it on the news and talking about interest rates going up. Well, you know, you've seen interest rates go up from the 3% range up into the 6% range. 3s to 6 on 30-year fixed loans, right? Now, I'm not a mortgage guy, but I'll tell you, I would much rather pay 3% interest rate than a 6% interest rate on a house. So what does that really mean, right? And this is where we're not telling the story well as experts, and the mortgage people are doing a horrible job of telling the story. So I'm going to help you guys out, okay? So what does this really mean? So in the last 6 to 8 weeks, what you haven't heard a whole lot of is that interest rates actually went from 6-ish down into the 4.75 range. So let's just say conservatively 5% range, okay? Are there sub 5% mortgages going on right now? Absolutely. Let me show you what that means, right? What that means is on a $350,000 house, currently $350,000 house now at 6% versus 5%. At 6%, the principal and interest on that was around $2,098 for just principal and interest on a 30-year fixed $350,000 mortgage. Mortgage amount $350,000, okay? $2,098, okay? On the same exact house with a 1% difference, the number drops down to $1,878. So now you might say, well, Russ, that's not that massive. That's not that big of a deal. Well, that's $220 a month. Okay. Well, so let me ask you this. Would you like to have an extra $220 a month every month for doing the exact same thing? That's basically what this means. So if you're a buyer and you're sitting on the fence and you're deciding, well, should I or shouldn't I? Number one, appreciation is still in your favor in most markets. And then number two, interest rates have dropped back over 1% in the last couple of weeks, down from 6 and back down to the 4. So let's round up to 5 to be conservative. And that will save you about $220 a month. So if you're thinking about waiting and interest rates go up to back to 6%, just lost $220 a month on the same exact house, doing the same exact thing, living in the same exact spot. That's $220 a month. Think about it. Over 12 months, that's $2,500. So if the water heater breaks, big freaking whoop. Water heater's what, $1,200 now to replace by a pro? You still have another $1,300 in your pocket for the year for any other thing that can go wrong, right? So you're thinking about little tiny moves like this make a big difference over time. Now, what you don't know is that typically somebody doing this house is going to get a 30-year fixed mortgage. If they do, you have to pay 360 payments at that same amount of $220. 360 payments of $220 extra is $79,200. So over the life of the loan on the same exact house, doing the same exact thing, using the same exact bathroom, taking the same exact shower, mowing the same grass and the same bushes, $79,200 over the life of the loan. So with house prices, even if they stay flat and don't go up $1, it's still better to cash in right now and get that interest rate down as low as possible before they bump back up. Keep in mind, historically, interest rates have been in the 6, 7, 8s, 9s, 10s, 12s in the past, but not unusual to see them in the 7s or 8s. We're probably going to see interest rates go up again. And even if they didn't, you're stuck at 5. Oh, the horror. If it's still 5 next year, oh, the horror. But if it goes to 6, that's a hell of a risk, right? The chances of it going down to 4, very, very slim at this point. Now, the cool part is a lot of these mortgages, if it goes down to 4 and you're at 5, you can refi it, right? Save yourself that much money a month, save you that much money during the life of the loan. So there's a bunch of different reasons why now is still a really good time to make that move. With renters, it's always a good time at this point, long-term, to make that move. And with appreciation where we are now, still probably, even if it stays flat, still a solid move. But if it's appreciating a little bit, and you're thinking about moving up, great time to move up. And then if you're thinking about moving up, you got to say prices still go up. Let's say house prices only go up 5% on a $350,000 house. That's $15,000 a year plus saving on the interest rate, plus over the life of the loan. You're thinking about it really starts to add up. So is now still a good time to buy a house? If you're a buyer thinking about buying or selling, good time to make that move, right? So I'm Russ Slagan, the real estate dude. If that doesn't help make you make the better decision, I don't know what will. Don't hesitate to reach out to whoever sent you this video and ask them how this applies to you and have this conversation with them. Find out what the real numbers are. Show them what the numbers are so that they're able to make a good informed decision and they'll feel the confidence. When they feel confidence, they'll make good decisions. I'm Russ Slagan, real estate dude. See you soon. Bye.